try and start this drive in the air. This one swung out here to Jones. 4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. To try again after the sack. Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Now it's Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll try again with Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterbacks.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
11.
Play action. It's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
Here's Watson.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But this is a half where coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Rodgers going to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Rodgers going to go on fourth down.
This pass complete to Melton. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
21 yards there. A big play on fourth down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down.
So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the right hash, this from 53. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. On play action, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
To Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
11.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So on 4th down, on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit.
It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Rodgers.
That's taken in by Watson. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Rodgers. Got a man. That's Lazard. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43. On first down, Rodgers. He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan from 17 yards out. And the Packers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 times.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They'll go again to Jones. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a give to Jones running left. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
All right.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Rodgers to throw. He finds Watson complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. An inside give to Jones. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Burrow. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 1, ready?
Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. He knocks through his 3rd field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to